Good day. This is Teacher Jekka of Chemglish.com. I am here to help you easily understand the topics in the book New Children's Talk 1, written by LIS Korea editorial staff and Dwayne Voorhees. On this video, we are going to discuss another lesson. We are now on lesson 19. This is about make a question starting with how. If you can still remember, how is used for asking or talking about the method of doing something. So that is also one of the WH questions. So here's an example response. Let's read it together. I ask my friends to come to my home, and Mom prepares a special cake for us. My friends always give me books or movie tickets as presents. So this is kind of different because the response was first provided. So you need to think of the how questions for that response. One of the possible questions is, how do you usually celebrate your birthday? You can also ask, how do your friends celebrate your birthday? So both of these questions require the same answer, and that is this response. So time for us to practice. For the following answers, make at least one question starting with how. So just like in the previous page, the response will be provided first. So what you need to do is think of at least one, or if you can, more than one question that starts with how. Shall we start? Okay, number 1. I've been living here in Korea for 2 years. What how question can you think of for this response? You can ask, how long have you been living here in Korea? Or how long has your family been living here in Korea? Or how long have you been staying here in Korea? So those 3 questions require the same answer. Can you think of more questions starting with how? Number 2. The response is, I've been studying English since elementary school. One question that you can ask for this response is, how long have you been studying English? Or how long have you been learning English? Can you think of another question starting with how for this response? Let's now proceed to response number 3. I have 2 close friends. You can ask, how many close friends do you have? Or how many best friends do you have? Or how many of your friends are close to you? Now time for you to think of another question starting with how for this response. Response number 4. It takes 10 minutes by car from here to Yongsan. A question that you can ask for this response is, how long does it take for you to get to Yongsan? Or how far is Yongsan from your place? What other questions starting with how can you think of for this response? Okay, so we're done with the first 4 questions on this activity. I hope that little by little you're learning how to properly ask and answer the WH question, how. See you again on the next video for the continuation of this activity. Goodbye.